In Game 2, Phoenix King's Archaon absolutely smashed General Spotify's Wolfric in single combat, leading to the Warriors of Chaos victory over Norska. Now we go to our final Game 3. We're going to flip perspectives once again and go to General Spotify playing as the Skaven against Phoenix King's Cathay. So let's get to it. Yes, that's right. The Skaven automatically get a lore bonus, for one, because they are using Deathmaster Snitch and some Clan Eshin units. In particular, they've got Vixtrin's Death Squad, some Triads as well. Looks like 3 Triads. We've got 4 Rat Ogres to back them up, 4 Warp Fire Throwers, which is definitely a fun choice. We've got some Clan Rat Spears up front, and then, yeah, Snitch and the Assassin as well. Once again, no caster. Very curious, but on the opposite side, the Shugengen Dragon-Blooded Lore of Yin. Nice Cathayan build of Peasant Long Spears. We've got Jade Lancers and Onyx Crowmen up in the sky. More Peasant Horsemen protecting those Crane Guns. So quite a bit of cavalry here between the Jade Lancers, the Crowmen, Peasant Horsemen, a lot of mobility in general. And already we can see the weapons teams of Cathay opening up on their Skaven counterparts. With that long range, high penetration rifle damage, gonna do a lot, and immediately send some more fire throwers packing. Excellent focus fire here from Phoenix King, taking down individual units so far. And the Crowmen, Jade Lancers, looking to potentially challenge this flank. The Rat Ogre's armor only gets them so far in a situation like this. But let's see. Yeah, looks like they're going to charge in there. Big pitched engagement. You can see the front lines clashing as well. But between the Crowmen and the Lancers should be plenty to best the Rat Ogres, although the Jade Lancers definitely took a pretty good punch in that engagement. Warp Fire Throwers also shooting in here as well. Ooh, that magic damage definitely hurts Crowmen quite a bit. They're going to be forced to pull away there. Meanwhile, the Ninja Rats, the Assassins, finding their gaps, getting into the Crane Guns here, or at least trying to. 1 Peasant Horseman, Onyx Crowman do intercept this Triad. The Crowman in particular should trade pretty well there. Their own magic damage cutting through the physical resistance of the Triads. But Snitch gets through. Triads get through here. Some Clan Rats also get through. The Death Squad as well, particularly quite dangerous. Almost wonder if they shouldn't just roll up here, maybe rear charge these infantry, try and cut through those peasants very quickly, free up the Clan Rats to then support against these cavalry. Right now they're kind of just spears wet noodling each other, which is going to go in Cathay's favor in the long run. But you can see Phoenix King here definitely prioritizing taking out the Rat Ogres wherever he can. The Rat Ogres kind of being caught a little bit exposed here. It's one of their main weaknesses, their relatively low leadership, but this Rat Ogre way over chases into some Jade Lancers, doing some pretty good damage, but at risk of getting surrounded by the Crowmen there. Lots going on all across the battlefield, though. Both players micro being taxed by these dueling wide builds. We're going to see a little, ooh, is that the seldomly seen Blossom Wind? So much so I couldn't even remember the name of the spell. Yeah, very rarely seen, but does apply a blinded contact effect, incredibly long damage AoE, but applies a brief blinded contact effect and does some AoE damage. Definitely can be decent getting very large formations. But these cavalry are going to be forced to continuously pull away here. Warp Fire Throwers trying to rally, but Phoenix King using his Crowmen exactly as he should. Taking out these weakened units. Making sure they can't come back and affect the battle in a meaningful way. Spears still wet noodling, and again, kind of going in Cathay's favor a little bit, although 1 Warp Fire Thrower looks like it's maybe turning a flank here to start to burminate the side of the Peasant Long Spears. That Rat Ogre out there, though, despite everything, actually tangled with some Jade Lancers. Might have just pushed some off the side of the map there, beating up some Crowmen as well. Their units are kind of just killing each other right now. So that Rat Ogre's probably paid for itself. Yeah, it's got some pretty good value, but routing right there close to the edge of the map against a unit that's functionally unbreakable, as they are an elemental. Yeah, that's going to be pretty painful as the Crowmen chase those Rat Ogres right off. Rat Ogres here getting a nice little rear charge, trying to finish those Peasant Long Spears leadership. So Skaven definitely trying to rally, but definitely having some leadership issues likewise. A lot of units kind of getting caught isolated here. And the Ninja Rats are still pretty strong in number. They're going to be relatively tough to tangle with. Question is, can they finish it? Ooh, this Warp Fire Throw gets caught here. Relatively full health, but Jade Lancers come back to crush them. And once more, Cathay kind of gets a local power advantage. Both players kind of cleaning up their respective hinterlands, so to speak, although Cathay, lots of cavalry coming back. Peasant Horsemen in particular, just providing lots of extra bodies here. Lots of extra charge damage potential, but ooh. Phoenix King getting caught on the back foot here. Not amazing, those Jade Lancers, the sneaky Triads with their smoke bombs, concealment bombs active. Managed to get there, try and even out that mobility fight a bit. Clan Rat Spears caught pretty far away, and again, the Crowmen will feast pretty well on Clan Rat Spears. Or did they get the bracing bonus in time? I think maybe they just did. Jade Lancers calling, charge on in. Crowmen follow up as well. Clan Rat Spear is going to do their best despite their lack of armor piercing. They'll do some damage definitely against the Jade Lancers, but yeah, Death Squad managed to get through again, kind of outrunning their support somewhat, but not too badly. A beautiful Blossom Wind, though, gets a ton of damage on them. Wow, considering they don't have a ton of HP to begin with, that's pretty brutal. And a nasty rear charge from the Onyx Crowmen. Not that they have a ton of charge bonus, but just in general, that good weapon strength. And that rear charge with magic damage. And Death Squad sent packing. Pretty healthy unit of Jade Lancers here as well. Hoping to clean up this final engagement. At this point, Skaven pretty much only having their characters left. Those Triads, again, relatively light, although they are anti-large. They're going to just get sandwiched and walloped on the multiple charges there. One more unit of Triads coming to test their luck. Try out winning here if they can, but yeah, the Assassin getting surrounded. Dragon-Blooded Shugengun gets an opportunistic charge. Finish him off. And it was a valiant effort for sure by General Spotify. And again, the lore bonus, 10 out of 10. Would have been nice to have some magic, but it is what it is. Watch these Ninja Rats make their last stand against the cavalry of Cathay. Roman support. Very cool. And let's see what they can do to finish this. Yeah, I do respect Snitch just going on the objective here. Technically, this is a conquest game. Not that it's mattered much. Both players honorably scrapping to the end, but we can fast forward through Snitch's stand. Try saying that 5 times fast. Fun one for sure, and well played to both players. Phoenix King takes the win on the series. And yeah, some pretty fun builds on both sides, definitely. This Cathay build, I like to see the Blossom Wind. That's a very unusual choice. But decent as well, but generally I like the mobility builds from Cathay. And definitely the mobility shines through here with the Peasant Horsemen. 900 on a Peasant Horseman, absolutely excellent. Jade Lancers getting some good value, like 900 to 1,000 on a couple as well. Roman, of course, super strong unit when used correctly, and they definitely were used correctly in this build by Phoenix King, so excellent there. Snitch gets some pretty good value himself. Likewise, wow, 1166 value on Clan Rat Spears. That's pretty crazy, honestly, but there you go. They can perform quite well. Likewise with the Triads, they get some pretty good value as well. Kind of expected the Death Squad to perform a little bit better. I don't know, maybe had they stayed a little bit close to that front line, just mow through some Peasant Spears. Hard to say. They might have just been collapsed by cavalry anyway earlier on in the battle, so the one thing here is definitely the Warp Fire Throwers were a little bit of a liability. Even just having, like, Jezzails instead. Just pressure at long range, or, yeah, you could maybe go with something like, maybe 1 Warp Lightning Cannon or 2. Get some long-range pressure as well to try and take out some of these cavalry, or, like, counterfire the crane guns. Not 100% sure, but definitely the aggressive rush build. I understand wanting to have a little bit more short range. I don't know, maybe you go with, like, what am I thinking of? The Gutter Runners, you know, something with some concealment as well to kind of fit with the theme and also to be able to get a little bit closer, but definitely a little bit weak to a traditional cavalry with the Rat Ogres getting caught out, only one of them paying for themselves. They're definitely the answer to not getting run over by cavalry, but need to be properly supported as their leadership is relatively poor. But hopefully you enjoyed that. Hopefully your leadership is not poor and you're going to stick with me for some more excellent tournament action. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.